So I shouldn't say it?
No, yeah, that's.
That was wild. You missed that one, though. You didn't see that one.
No, I did not. I'll see it later.
You don't want to see it. Yeah, you'll see it later.
Great, yeah.
All right, mute the tab. That was awkward.
All right, we should be live any moment now, ladies and gentlemen, for Arc 5 episodes 9, 10, and 11.
We are live, baby.
We are live. Okay, beautiful. Hello, everyone. It's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another episode of Talking Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 Analysis. These are going to be our discussions on episodes 9, 10, and 11. 9 through 11. I am with the boys, full team today. We got Dredge, we got Pete, we got Cal, and we got Nick T. Now, just a quick reminder, these are the episodes where Yuya takes on the Xyz, student of the LDS, Gangenziga takes on Yaiba, and, of course, Yuzu takes on Masami. You have Xyz, you have Fusion, you have Synchros, and yeah, that's basically what these three episodes encapsulate. It's why we are covering all three of these episodes. For those that don't know the structure, I have seen Arc 5 a couple of times, but I am trying to host as best as I can. And these four, they might know bits and pieces here and there, but they have not seen Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc 5 in its entirety, or really for some of them in any part. And yeah, I am very excited to hear their thoughts as Arc 5 is starting to heat up. It's starting to fire up. And before we get to that, I do want to thank everybody who came by and or donated, super chatted last week in episodes 7 and 8. Huge thank you to Sean Gilbride, That Man, Fui Weep, Ice Aiden, Dark Emperor J, Axel Hero, Yusaku, and a special thank you to Rubens, who donated very, very generously using the link last week. An insane donation from Rubens. So shout out to Rubens. I know they like to lurk, and hopefully they're watching again, and hopefully they're enjoying. Hopefully they're having a great week. But to everybody that donated, super chatted, thank you. If you are interested in supporting the show that way, you have the link in the description or the YouTube super chat feature. We do get more from the link in the description, but either way, of course, supports the channel. It's never necessary or expected. It's always appreciated, but never expected. I just appreciate you guys being here, hanging out with us. So we are going to start. Well, before we start, I haven't done my check-in. Nick T, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing excellent, brother.
2 days away, if you want to tell the people at the beginning and the end what's going on. Big stuff for you, man.
Actually,
a little bit. Okay. My bad.
I've got some. No, it's okay. Should I just say it here then?
Say it.
Yes, let's do it now.
I've made the difficult but necessary decision to push it back exactly 1 month.
Okay.
All
So
right.
March 27th.
What day of the week? Is that a
Friday?
Friday as well.
That is a Friday
as well. Yeah, it parallels.
It's Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, that way I can give it the promotion it deserves over the month. Put a little content to get. I talk about it all the time to the lovely people here and to you guys, but to people outside of this large circle, I would like them to know ahead of time as well.
Like that.
So I made the decision to push it back and also to prepare for a potential sort of full production Twitch stream show for the album.
Well, I will say that somebody
TBD.
had asked me in one of my streams, I think it was yesterday or 2 days ago on Twitch, they had mentioned like your album and that like they hadn't really heard much about it. I think they had followed like the Nameling Instagram and everything.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not sure. Like I'm pretty sure it's still coming out. But
it is
delaying it a month, giving it more time to advertise. That makes total sense. And by the way, I did not know that. This was not some like gotcha moment or anything.
No, I did it 2 days ago.
Okay.
I did it 2 days ago. I'm like, I haven't posted about this yet. I'm going to push it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So. It'll come out, and when it does, it'll be a great time. So March 27th is the new day. Awesome. Thank you for the announcement. And of course, you'll talk about it at the beginning. But how are you doing?
I appreciate you bringing it up.
Of course.
I'm doing great, man. Everything's really good.
Good. Cal Breezy, how are you doing? How's the back, man?
Oh, it's going, man. Life's good. Back's back to 75% after my shoveling the last couple days, but it's good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm happy that you're doing good. Pete, I know you dealt with the snow a couple of days ago. How are you doing, man?
Jesus.
I'm all right. multitasking right now, and I'm tired. So yesterday was a really long double. So
What are you working on? The multitask.
The Gator game's on here in the background.
Oh,
I'm doing that and the
game.
podcast at the same
Gator
time.
Nation.
Well, I appreciate you still doing the show with the Florida Gators playing, so
of
thank
course,
you.
man.
Awesome stuff. So, got Pete. He's doing well. Dredge, how are you doing, my man? Lifting some weights.
No, definitely not lifting weights. Definitely not after my procedure Friday. I'm not allowed to lift
Oh, yeah.
weights.
How did that go? How did that
Oh,
go?
it's a
I
procedure.
completely
It's-
forgot about that. I'm sorry.
It's this Friday. You
Oh,
didn't
okay.
forget anything.
Okay,
Yeah, no.
okay, my bad.
I said I can't lift weights after that, and I really don't lift weights anymore. My job alone is pretty physical, so I don't do that. But I'm doing well, man. How are you? I could definitely use a few more alcoholic beverages, so we'll see if I consume those this evening or wait till the weekend. But yeah, otherwise, I'm good.
Cheers.
What I've
about you?
noticed as I get
How's your
older,
foot?
my foot is doing very well. Luckily,
Is there bruising on the
I was
foot?
in the presence of two medical professionals over the weekend who
really?
both gave me just incredible advice. It was unbelievable stuff. And
Did you take any of their advice?
I listened and digested their advice. Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, good.
You didn't adhere to their advice. I got you. Cool.
Well, I do respect their opinion.
I didn't say you didn't.
Okay.
We're stating facts, not opinions right now. We're stating
Okay,
facts.
okay.
That's all. Yeah.
It's all
Can I also just say one thing, not medical wise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dill, I thought we talked about this in the past. I jumped onto the stream today, and it looks like you shaved the whole mustache.
I know, and
all
not the
that stuff.
beard. I know.
What are we doing with the
So-
chin strap, dude? I mean, I
so-
thought we went through this conversation.
So can I tell you what happened today?
Sure.
This is
Sure.
gonna be a
Would the
wild
razor
story.
break halfway through?
Yep.
No,
There it
no,
is.
no, 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 even better. So at 12:37, I had finished the video. Video's up, and I placed an order to get a pizza, a pie at a place 5 minutes down the road, and I called at 12:37, and they said, all right, it'll be 15, 20 minutes. And so I immediately hopped in the shower, and I completely overshot how long it would take me to shower. And so I shaved this part of my face and looked at my phone, and it was already 12:57. And I knew that it would get cold if I didn't, get over there quickly. So I had to make the sacrifice to put this off until tomorrow. When you see me streaming tomorrow, Pete, this will be gone. But I had to make
I'm
that
gonna hold you
sacrifice.
to
Yeah,
that.
hold me to
Yeah,
it.
I'm holding
Because
you to
I
it.
agree. I think this
Can
is
we
like,
actually make a bet up? Can we make like a little like gentleman's handshake
think it
on
looks
this just to
bad.
make sure?
well, of the
Nothing
way
but-
that I can style my facial hair, I think it's the worst way that I can style it.
You look you're trying to join the Amish community. Let's say that.
Okay.
That's
You
what
know,
you're
I
doing.
agree with
Wait,
that.
you should. All right, if you grew that out by itself, I think that would be hilarious. Like fully out.
Well, I'm happy that my appearance would become a punchline.
No, your appearance wouldn't become a punchline. It'd just be hilarious if you grew just the beard and no stash. I think it'd be really funny.
Well,
not as it is now. I'm saying that's not funny.
No, but Pete is right.
I'm
We have
saying
had the conversation before, and it will be shaved by tomorrow.
I'm just keeping you in
Absolutely.
check.
Absolutely. And then so Dredge, you're doing well. And what I was gonna say is, as people have talked to me as I've gotten older, it seems the alcohol consumption of people in my life has increased the more time that they've spent with me. I don't know if there's a correlation. I don't know if that's just like something that has that I've noticed. But I thought that was interesting.
No comment.
Okay.
Plead the fifth.
Now you know what? I haven't thought of it that way before, but now I'm piecing things together, and I have to reevaluate.
I'll have to handle this in therapy at some point.
Yeah, me too. All right, well, listen. 9, 10, and 11. Yuya,
Yes.
Hokuto, Yuzu, Masami, Gangenzaka Yaiba. And what I loved, Pete was not able to make last week, but what I loved is when we went around the horn, everybody predicted, and I probably thought the same thing as well when I was watching it back, that one of these groups would win 2-1.
Yes.
And
Of course.
the three of you also predicted that Sora would be one of the duelists participating. So I was very happy when I heard that because there were a couple of curveballs here.
Yeah, actually, now that you say that, is it that we'd predicted it, or is it was established initially that he would be?
I think it was.
It was never. He had said he would.
He said he
but
wanted.
He
it
said
was
he
never,
okay.
like-
He said he would.
Yeah, he said he would.
Yeah,
It was a bait and switch.
Yeah, no. It was
Yes.
definitely a bait and switch. But I like that because I knew going into
I
these
did too.
3 episodes there would be a couple of twists there for you guys, and it wasn't as predictable as maybe it could have been, which I like. But whether that was good or not remains to be seen. Dredge, we'll start with you and we'll work our way around. What were your thoughts here, generally speaking? And then we'll go the duels one by one, but we'll start general with you guys. What were your thoughts generally on these 3 episodes?
Generally speaking, I enjoyed the episodes. I love seeing the mechanics. I do think I enjoy Fusion and Synchro just more than the others. I don't know what it is about them. They're just fun. The tuning, the sound effects. It's just a very fun time for me. I enjoy it a lot. So overall, the duels were good. I like the outcomes. I feel bad for Yuzu. I mean, I had called it last week. Literally got stomped half the episode. It wasn't even a contest, which I do feel bad for her because she has been a pretty good character. She's had some good moments, even when she's down on the ground and she like hugs Yuya after the episode and then pushes him away, really, because she's embarrassed. It's still not believing that the other Yuya, not actually, it was him, and almost not believing her best friend. So that's been good. Seeing Genzuka step up. Also, I got to give a big shout out to Pete. I don't know if Pete knows some, I don't, but Pete's been on it since the beginning. Sora, shady son of a you-know-what. He's a problem. He knows way too much.
What are you talking about?
Like, what do you mean? What am I talking? You know him, right? Like he's shady. He just act like he knows how the duels are gonna play out. He knows everything.
Yeah. Oh, he's just smart.
Then why did he lose to Yuya? Was that on purpose? Was that just to get on his good side? Like, there's so many things here where this man, I said this before before Nick T was on, and I'll say it again. The way I'm seeing him now, it's sad, but I basically see him as like if Sho got character development. That's what he reminds me of.
No.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Come on, man.
Sho is so bad in Nick T's eyes, he doesn't even know
100%.
what that looks like. He can't even formulate it. That is
He got character. Sho gets character development, and it still sucks.
well.
He's still a whiny little bitch.
Well,
Whoa!
That's a YouTube short right there.
Oh, I'm dead.
he gets good character development around like episode 165.
That's the problem. There's only like 8.
No, and I'm being serious. I know, Nick T, you laugh at that. I'm being serious.
I know. You're being serious.
Good 15-episode run.
Yes.
Yeah, but Sora is a problem. We got to watch him.
I would agree with that.
Sketchy AF. Yeah, so he's a problem. Genzuka's cool. I like the duel. Now I know where X Slayer's original deck in Master Duel comes from. Obviously, now I remember that deck destroying you multiple times, Dylan. I can see why it's very, very much a pain in the you-know-what.
Yeah.
X Sabers were okay. Gem Knights, again, none of the dueling decks are ones I think I'm going to make. None of them really blew me away. They were interesting, but not enough to make me want to build it. And then of course Akaba Aura Farm Reiji, end of episode 11.
Of course.
I don't necessarily agree with him being allowed to duel here. I think it's a little ridiculous. It was the LDS trio. His own mother said it's the winners. He goes, nah, I'm doing this. Like I think that's a little messed up. And also, with that being said, I don't think Yuya stands a single chance against Akaba Reiji. I think the duel's already over. I think we're gonna, by the end of this duel, think that Akaba Reiji is the protagonist. That's how badly this is gonna go. Like I don't think Yuya has a hope or a prayer. I think it's over.
Well, the duel school is still on the line, Dredge.
Yeah, but you ready?
I don't think
You're gonna beat him. You're gonna beat him badly and say,
Yep.
You can keep your school. I'm just gathering info, or some kind of twist of that, or something will happen at the end of the duel where it's like, oh, we won't take it for now. We have other issues, blah blah blah. But yeah, there's no way you've built up this much aura for this character for him to not literally be almost unbeatable. So yeah, I don't think that Yuya stands a chance, especially if he's only Pendulum Summoner right now. I think as Yuya develops, this will be a good stepping stone for him. He's gonna get killed, like destroyed, and then realize he has to other than Pendulum Summoner, there has to be other things he can do. So, but the overall, really enjoyed the episodes. I was intrigued. I wanted to keep watching, which I love. I really wanted to watch episode 12, but I didn't, obviously, because we're waiting to watch it together. But that's what this show's done in these few episodes with the summoning mechanics, the change up of it not being Sora dueling, being Genzuka. They've done a good job of making me want to watch more. So shout out to them for that for sure.
Next week we will be doing 12 and 13. So we will be doing 2 episodes next week. I'm not going to say whether this upcoming duel is a 2-parter or not, but we will be doing 12 and 13 next week. Pete, I want to go to you. And before you give your thoughts on these 3 episodes as well. I'd love to know your thoughts on the masked man. I mean, it's Yugioh, obviously. I spoiled it in the title. We all know that. Episode 7 and 8 as well, just very briefly.
Yeah, I didn't know his name is Yugioh until I went back and watched the podcast.
Yeah.
But really
Same.
good. I mean, you want to talk about aura forming? That man is great at it. I'm a sucker for old school characters that are in a mask. I'm always intrigued by that. I kind of wish they kept the mystery of that a lot longer.
Yeah.
Considering that the payoff, honestly, kind of was annoying me a little bit with the whole, even through these 3 episodes of Yuzu, like, girl. Like they don't look the same. Like why do we keep pretending they do?
Yeah.
Well,
they're similar, but it's definitely
it's the same face.
There are
the
characteristics, but like it's like when I hate when people they'll even have something closer with twins, and they'll be like they look exactly the same, and I'm like, unless they are absolutely identical twins, if they're just like fraternal twins, I think is the term.
Yep.
Like
the
they clearly look different. That is what I'm saying, and that's how I felt very much there. But yeah, those were episode 7 was really good. I mean, God, Shingo is we talked about it in other podcasts, but he's become such a meme that I didn't realize he really is a POS. Like he's just he's really fun to watch, but like he's just not a good person at this point of the show.
He's a bad guy.
I don't know if he ever becomes one.
Yep.
Even just that cut where he's like I think it was in the next episode in 8 where it's like he's badly, gravely injured, and then his cast is off and he's just like eating ice cream. I'm like, dude. Like seriously.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were a good 2 episodes. I mean, episode 8 is one of those rare ones where you didn't have a duel. Which I kind of like those sometimes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Get to experience like what's going on, and it was a setup episode. As for these episodes 9, 10, and 11, like they were solid. I don't think the duels, in my opinion, were super memorable. I agree with Dredge that these decks are not super fascinating to me in particular. I'm someone who does like XZs. I think is probably like my number one. There's just some kind of power around it, and then probably synchros and then fusions. So it was interesting to watch it. I just think it was so old school Yugioh, right? Of just like Yuzu gets a half an episode, gets obliterated. And then we have an episode and a half of Gongenzaga, which was definitely, I could have lost any bet on that. I did not think he was dueling. I totally thought that was going to be Sora. So I would have been in the same boat if I was on last week. Just solid, but it goes to show that, yes, with Sora, there's more reasons why I don't trust his character. And in this case, I think he particularly did not duel because he is a character that he's an opportunist. So if there's a moment that he could take advantage of something, he will. If there's a situation like this where he has to reveal things about himself or his deck, he's absolutely not taking that if he does not see an advantage. He doesn't give a shit about this school. Like, let's just be real. So he doesn't care. If they lose, it doesn't matter to him. He's gathering information. He's up to things, and we'll have to see going forward.
Yeah, no, very, very well said. Calibra, we'll go to you next. Just generally speaking, again, before we get into the duels themselves, which we will get a little deeper into them, how did you feel here about Yugioh versus LDS? Of course, ending 1-1-1 and the matchups that we saw.
So I think I said to you when we got into the call initially, I was just like, so we're not really going to talk about the episode 10 duel with Yuzu, right? Because it was so quick. Like, it shocked me how quickly that ended. Like, she sees the action card and that kind of stuff. So that kind of surprised me a little bit. But overall, I really did. I liked all the episodes. I mean, like everybody else, Gongenzaga dueling was such a surprise, and that was really cool. And he plays a different style than everybody else. He has like a deck full of monsters. So like, a lot of like creative things, and even like synchro summoning for me, like it's pretty like still pretty new to my head. So seeing that also was cool, and just kind of seeing all the different stuff that came from it. And then obviously Reiji coming at the end is, it's exciting.
And we'll talk about that, of course. And I'm interested to hear what predictions you guys have for that duel. I know Dredger already gave his quick one. And it's going to be a massacre. Maybe it will be.
It is. Like we already know Akaba Reiji's the best duelist at LDS, or top 2, right? So clearly he can use all of the summoning mechanics versus Yu with pendulums. Come on. What are we doing? Like we acting you stand chance.
But
you think one of these three men on the screen are going to agree that are not going to agree with me?
I think the kid's got heart, man. I think the kid's got heart.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's the thing about heart. Heart's great and all, but you got to at least be able to stay competitive. Yeah, you got to be competitive. Yeah.
Bingo.
So.
Okay.
What's the old quote? Everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. Something like that.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Kind
Love
of the
that
same
line.
thing.
Yeah. Well, you get punched in the face. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Nick T.
Yes.
You haven't. We'll get into it when we get to episode 11 specifically. But I know you have a lot of praise for the Gungenziga duel. I know you loved that episode.
I did. I really did.
But I would love to know also just your general thoughts on these three in total.
I liked the 3 episodes a lot. I mean, I think initially I was a little not bummed, but like I knew it wasn't going to happen the way I said last week, where like they were going to surprise us and kind of do a switch with having Yuzu
win.
We'll finish out the 3 duels and with a win herself, kind of like surprise us by having like the second duel be someone else and lose and her like pull one out for us. But that's fine, because the big bait and switch on having Sora decide that he doesn't want to duel that guy is how he said it, and having Gungenziga like step up, I was like, oh, like it was not only surprising but like very satisfying, because that guy and I'll get more into the duel itself, but he deserves a shot. Gungenziga, the man, has been like hyping everybody up. He's been there. He's been a good friend who's just like really not been able to participate very much because he's not part of Yugioh dual school. So it's cool to be like, why don't you do it? Like represent us. Like he's fine. Like this is his first time being like any sort of representative for Yugioh. And I think that's meaningful to him, and it was meaningful to me as a viewer.
Yeah.
And then like just seeing like Yugioh praise him like as his best friend. I thought it was really heartfelt, and actually that kind of highlights Yugioh's heart in general across these episodes. Like regardless whether they win or lose, in Yuzu's case lose, he's there to support the people he loves and like try to lift them up either way. I really like him a lot so far, and I've been liking all of the characters very much so far, especially in these 3 episodes. I think we see a lot of interesting perspectives. Sora being again extra interesting, with him clearly being a snake, but that's why I like him. Like he's very he's complex because he'll be in the classroom like playing with his food and like pretending to duel with it and like just loving it, being a kid, and then suddenly he'll be like disinterested or like predicting every move that's about to happen. Like he's so weird, but it's so cool. So I like these episodes a lot for reasons like that. Like obviously episode 10 duel was half an episode.
Yeah.
But the episode was still enjoyable. Like I really enjoyed the 3 of them.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about Sora as well, too, at this point in the story, like, yeah, you can probably tell that something is off, but you don't really know if it's like a good off or a bad off. Like, just because something's off with him does not necessarily mean he's like evil. It could be. No, that was an element
not necessarily
that I remembered enjoying about Sora early on, where it's like, okay, clearly there's something else going on here with him. But like, what is the actual motive? And that's always very fascinating with characters like that early on.
He gives me the vibe that if he dueled I forget her name, but the girl that used actual fusions from LDS.
Yes.
He gives me the vibe that if that was his opponent, he would have dueled her. Because I think there's a little bit of a complex in there where he's like, I'm the best at fusion. So if you're doing that, I want to see what you're made of. I think I can completely beat and dominate you, and then I think that would have been a more appealing thing for him, where he was going up against the synchros, and he's like, I don't care.
Well, I think not even just that. I agree. Like he has some sort of complex, and I don't think it's strictly to related to the summoning mechanic, because I do think he has a superiority complex with like, oh yeah, he would that was his opponent, he would have swept the floor with her, but also their personalities. I think he would have seen her as a worthier opponent, but given Yubei, is that his name?
Yaiba.
Yaiba, given
Yaiba.
his personality, like he's kind of like obnoxious, and like so full of himself, thinks he's the strong warrior, even claims so multiple times.
Yep.
Like I feel like Sora not only was annoyed by that, but bored by it.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Like
Yeah.
a guy like that is not worth my time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I totally get those vibes. Absolutely. Well, let's go, episode by episode, duel by duel real quickly. If there's anything that anybody has to say about it, starting with Hokuto versus Yuya. A big thing with these 3 decks as well is they are dual terminal decks. So these are decks that, fascinatingly enough, existed in the game before they were shown in the anime. That's not usually the case with anime decks. Usually those decks are like made in the anime and then get printed. That was
cool.
not the case for these 3 decks. So it was kind of a cool treat for anybody that like knew about the game at the time, because it was like, oh, these are decks that like I am somewhat familiar with. They've existed for quite some time. But Hokuto versus Yuya, the stars guy, the outer space. Anybody have any thoughts that they wanted to make about it, point out about it? Obviously, it's a big win for Yuya. You could argue probably the biggest win for him in the show up until this point, given the stakes that were on the line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I could start off on this. I enjoyed the duel a lot. The only downside for me right now, as for like Yuya in the way Yuya duels, is it's just like up, like Odd Eyes is down, Odd Eyes is coming back, Odd Eyes is down, Odd Eyes is coming back,
Sure.
Odd Eyes is down, Odd Eyes is it's like over and over the same guy, and that to me, I'm just like, how many more ways are you just bringing one card back to win this?
It's
like,
very Odd Eyes reliant early on in these
yeah,
duels.
it's
I
very
agree with that.
it's very repetitive with that. But like other than that, like I like the duel. I like the strategy behind using the counters to get them all out so that he could finally get an attack off and win. So like I like the strategy of the duel, just the repetitive Odd Eyes over and over again.
Yeah, I
For
always
me,
felt
like, it was just like it was very apparent in this episode because it happened so many times.
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
to me, I was just like, oh my god, like
Yeah.
he's just gonna keep doing that.
I always felt of the 3 episodes, this one is like the least memorable to me of the 3. Like the Yuzu Masami one, I mean, I liked Masami a lot. I liked like the beginning, kind of rivalry. I loved seeing the turmoil that Yuzu was in with like this mystery man looking like Yuya. The connection that her and Yuya have after the duel, I always thought was very cool and like fun. But you guys did touch on it, right? We talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Girls a lot and the treatment of Yu-Gi-Oh! Girls. We saw it in Vrains, right? Aoi winning 3 duels throughout that show, and the only characters she beat were characters that literally only dueled once, only dueled her, and that
Justice
was
for
it.
Haru.
Justice for Haru, yeah, sure. And how he was in a coma like by episode 6. So that's something we saw in Vrains. And here with Yuzu, right, of all these duels, Yuzu's is the only one that doesn't even last more than half an episode. And yeah, she gets smacked upside the head essentially in this duel, which, as a few of you guys have said, not surprising, but still unfortunate. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I had for the first one. I don't know if you want me to go into the others or
Well, I mean,
let them talk about this one first.
Yeah, I don't know if any of you guys want to jump in. I mean, thoughts on Masami's character or the girl who dueled Yuzu, because like you can look at it from one way and be like, oh, there's our main girl lead again, but it's very rare to see a secondary girl come into the show this early and duel as well as she did. So I think I always felt like early on, I remember I was like, oh, this Masami girl has some real potential to maybe be like a reoccurring character in this show. But I'm not sure if any of you guys have opinions, Nick T.
Are we talking now on 10?
Yeah, on 10.
I actually, I found the duel, a lot more interesting than 9, which I do want to touch upon for a moment, because I don't think Yuya deserved to win. It was an interesting duel and it was fun, but out of all the duels we watched him duel, that one he was taking a beating for I want to say like 85 to 90% of it. Like he was the guy was sweeping the floor with him until he like finally pulled out what he had to win.
Yeah.
And I thought that was like it was an interesting and fun-ish duel to watch, but I was like, oh, like he just kind of got lucky.
He escaped
which
with
is
the win.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like narrowly escaped with the win, and like still interesting, but funny enough, as even though it was half an episode and also took a beating, Yuzu's duel was more interesting to me because like she really put her all into it, and like I like her. I think her deck was cool. I think both decks were actually very like I really liked the archetypes.
Yeah.
I think they were both really interesting, and I think the sort of not countering, but like opposite personalities we have, like Yuzu sort of being a little bit more forthcoming, a little bit more of a transparent person, and then Masami, is that her?
Masami, yep, perfect, yep.
Very reserved and very extremely hard to read.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. Yeah, I thought the sort of surprise finish was just like golden. I really liked that one a lot.
Yeah.
Even despite only being 12, 13 minutes of the episode.
Yeah.
It showed us a lot about, maybe that Yuzu has to learn, and then right after that showed us the sort of blooming potential relationship between her and Yuya. I think him being by her side, and like her feeling comfort in him as a friend or more.
Yeah. Which that definitely was a big moment for the shippers in the Yu-Gi-Oh fandom
Of
10
course.
years ago,
Yeah.
seeing that. But it was cool, and like I liked how it ended with Yuzu like mislocating where one of the action cards were with the reflection, and then the comparison to like how her soul is confused, and Masami just kind of reading right through her. I really liked the elements of this duel. Pete and Dredge, I don't know if you guys have anything else to add on to with episode 10 with that duel with Yuzu.
No, I think everyone kind of got most of it. I mean, we talked about Yuzu not being sure of herself. I think that's obviously how that whole card situation, right? She thinks she sees something and she's like second guessing herself. That's why I think I mentioned in my generally speaking about the importance of that, like, Yuya being there for him, being like, it's not over, don't worry, it's okay, and having that. But then obviously Yuzu pushing him away because she's just doesn't embarrassed that she has a friend like that. So nothing really else to add. I mean, unfortunately, I think we all except Nick T knew it would not be the best duel for Yuzu because obviously the girl characters in Yu-Gi-Oh are.
I knew. I even said that I knew. I said I hoped that it would not. be the case, but I knew it was
you
going
still
to
had
be.
You had some optimism. I had negative
1%.
Yeah, but that's 1,000 times more than I had because I had -5.
Yeah.
But yeah, and overall we kind of knew that, but it was still a good episode. I don't know which episode is my favorite, honestly. I actually don't even know. That's a good question. I'll have to think about that.
Number 11.
Not sure.
It's the second half of 10 and 11.
Well, yeah, I don't know. And by the way, if you don't have anything to add, Pete, we can move on to 11. That's totally fine.
Oh, yeah, if you wanted me to. 9, I guess I just like that it was a little bit of like a unique way that we kind of stretched out pendulum duels where like he didn't just do 1 to 8 in terms of the scaling, he did 3 to 8. So I like that we're adding a little bit of variety throughout these episodes. We had some effects and monster types from the grave, like graveyard effects. So I thought that was really cool. The guy, as soon as somebody's going on about being 40-0 with 40 straight wins, I'm like, bro, you're
It's
losing.
over.
We know.
Yeah, you're cooked.
We know this.
Cooked.
The thing that you talked about at the end of 10, or I guess the midway point of 10, when Yuzu loses, I said it on one other podcast. I'm just not used to the Yu-Gi-Ohs I've watched having kind of like I think very clearly romantic situation that they're kind of hinting
100%.
at. It's there's nothing wrong with it. Like I think it's a nice kind of feature. It's just very foreign to me. So I'm when it was kind of like, all right, there's that embrace, okay, but then like it kept going and going, and like you get in multiple angles, and even Masami is just like, wow, you guys are kind of just giving me a show here. So that playing on that, and then her getting embarrassed and pushing him away, and like I like how also Yuya reacted to it, where it wasn't like this childish thing where he was kind of put off by her showing emotion to him. It was more like, well, why? I was trying to be there for. Why the hell did you push me?
Yeah.
If like you wanted the situation to happen. So I thought that was kind of a mature response from him, even though he doesn't usually strike me as a mature character at this point. But I thought that was a really good response he had there. So I kind of like the little building that they have. I don't know where it'll go, but it's different, and I kind of like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was. I remember it was cool to see just their whole dynamic like blossom early on. It was cool. It was cool. It felt very like high school, middle school-y, which checks out given the age of the characters.
They're kids.
Yeah. Nick T, I want to go to you. Obviously, you touched on it a little bit, but episode 11. I know your favorite
Episode
of the
11,
three.
man.
Big fan of Gangenziga. You loved Gangenziga. I also want you guys to tell me what you thought of his deck style, because the way that he plays his deck is also very, very unique. Super Heavy Samurai. Nick T, your thoughts?
If we're gonna start with the deck, I thought that was probably one of the coolest approaches to dueling I've seen in watching Yu-Gi-Oh, like any of the shows.
Yeah.
Because you don't see that. Every character that we've watched duel in, since I've been on with the Reigns podcast and then the following shows has, it's not that it's been formulaic, everybody's had their own approach to it, but everybody plays with monsters in attack position to do or using spells and traps to do damage. The fact that no spells or traps and then relies on his monsters being in defense position, I think it's so interesting.
Yep.
And it parallels him as a character in this, like, I will not move. Like, he's rigid, but in a way that's like not, in a way that is like, I'm not rigid and breaking. I'm rigid and standing strong, like a statue, like a monument. It's like, it is so sick. And that's what I found particularly interesting about the duel is that you think he's like misplaying, that he's like, well, not the duels itself, like, not really participating in action duels. He's not running for the cards. He's not moving around like we've seen Yuya do so much, riding his Performer Pals. Like, he's standing in position, like not moving an inch. And only to be like that is why he, it was a draw, but it was the biggest draw, we could have possibly asked for. And then moving on to like just the impact of the duel, I think I've always liked Gangensuka, but I was a bit more like, not indifferent. Like, I liked him, but I thought he was a good friend, and that was it. But like, it really just like, I think I empathize with him, or rather, I guess sympathize with him. Have sympathy, like the fact that he like wanted to participate and be a part of something bigger, and now like used his moment to do that, to like really like make everybody proud, even if it was a draw. Someone who has strong resolve, and is true to who they are, and and their beliefs, their core, the tenets of what they practice. So I thought that was really cool.
The draw was always I always took it as very symbolic.
It was in the cards.
Because and symbolic with who he is, because like no matter what, he was not losing that duel. And
there was no way he was going to lose.
No way he was going to lose. And so the best that he was able to do was a draw, but like that was also the worst that he was going to do. Like, he was going to be steady, and he basically kept the scoreline steady at 1-1, and that is what his character is all about, what his dueling is all about. So, no, I always thought episode 11 was a really good episode for him. Caliber, I don't know if you had anything you wanted to add on 11, on Gong the Man.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked the duel. I thought it was really good. It was, again, very unique with the whole, immovable dueling style, and not going after the action cards, and kind of just, as Nick T had said, like kind of standing his ground. Like, he'll take a bunch of hits, but he's not going down without a fight. And like you said, it's symbolic. Like, the draw at the end is like, he's not losing. He will take himself out to make sure that you don't win. And like, it's just, I think it symbolizes a good friend as well, like, kind of doing whatever it takes so that they don't lose their school. And I don't know, I thought it was a really good episode and really good duel. And I'm kind of with Nick T. Gogenzuka, like big fan, big fan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that was something that I remember when I left this episode. I was like, man, you have Akaba Reiji, which you're obviously going to get a little bit more of next week. You have this masked mystery duelist. Gangenzika's awesome. Like it's a good early cast of characters for Arc 5. I really felt like Dredge. I don't know if you had anything. I know you're looking for a deck. For those that don't know, Dredge plays Master Duel quite a bit, and he's looking for an Arc 5 deck that's going to appeal to him, that's going to call to him, that's going to say, hey, build me. Gangenzika's super heavy samurais. What did you make of them?
Yeah. So the only thing I'll say, and I agree with all of what Nick T and Cal said, except one thing. I think a big thing, part of it works well because of him wanting to be an immovable object, where he doesn't want to move. But the part of the action duels, he can't have spells in his grave. He can have spells, so realistically, he can't go after those cards anyway. That is a big thing that we didn't talk about. Realistically, his deck relies on having only monsters because all of those effects of those monsters in the graveyard, the banishment effects, all those effects, he needs to have no spells. So he realistically, I think he still has all that resolve. I still think he is that immovable object, but it does play into he's not going to participate in these action duels because he physically, if he did, it would affect his play style. Just from a dueling standpoint. But yeah, I enjoyed the episode. I think Gangenzika is a very good friend, a good person to have on your side, someone you want on your side, and he's clearly there for them, which was great. But I don't think there's anything more I can say other than the little dueling thing that I brought up. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be building Heavy Samurai. It looks like it would be an interesting play style. So I don't think I'll be doing that. But we'll see. We're still early. I'll definitely find. I already have Raid Raptor. I probably will find one deck that I think is just, I just hope it's not some random, one-off character that I love their deck. I always hate when it's something like that, but maybe we'll see.
You're still waiting for Raid Raptor to show up as well. You don't know who's going to use that deck.
Yeah, I have an idea just from thinking back to all the conversations we've had about it. I have an idea of when we'll see it. And I know the character that has it.
Okay.
So that being said, when I see that character, I will know exactly.
Okay. Cool.
So,
cool. Yeah.
I won't spoil it, obviously.
Yeah. No. Cool. Pete, anything you wanted to add before we get to some super chats and donations on Gangenzika in episode 11?
Yeah, I kind of feel bad, honestly. So Gangenzika as a character, I really like him. I think he's a great friend. I found episodes 11's duel extremely boring.
Interesting.
It was just not for me, and it wasn't just him. It was also his counterpart from LDS.
Yeah,
I just thought you're playing.
Sucks.
One is ultra defensive. The other one is literally, you want to talk about recycling the exact same move as Calra.
Oh yeah, it's all in the first. He only had one tuner.
Oh my god! I thought this was way worse than episode. I think that was 9.
Yeah.
Or like he's just going over and over, and I'm like, yep, and I know exactly what you're gonna do and how many attack points they're gonna have because you've done it twice already so far in the last 10 minutes. So wasn't a huge fan of that duel. I think what it represents and Gungenza as a character, I think that's great. And I think he is a really good friend, and it was nice to actually, I was very surprised that he was the one in this dueling spot and stepped up. So it was really nice to get to know him and what he's about and having that little, I guess another bench scene, right? A flashback scene between young him and young Yugioh, which it's always hilarious how much bigger he is, even in the flashback than Yugioh.
I meant to comment on that.
And I imagine
like
they're the same
man
age.
with sideburns, even though he's like 11.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely hilarious. But yeah, the duel itself, I just thought was just, I don't know. It was not doing it for me. And I like a little bit of creativity. And when you match maybe both of these characters together, not a great mix. Maybe Gangenzika against somebody else in the future I'll enjoy a lot more. But for this one, it wasn't speaking to me.
Yeah, no, I love that. Well, that's
fair.
why we do this show, right? Where we should have different opinions and differing things. And yeah, I will say this. Of the 3 LDS trio, Yaiba has always been my least favorite. And that doesn't change as the story goes on. So, yeah, that's
good enough.
Masumi was always my favorite of the 3, and then Yaiba was my least favorite. Yeah, absolutely. But, really great stuff. And obviously...
Also, before
yes.
you go on, Del, just one thing, and sorry I interrupted you. the little thread line, I think it was in 10 and 11, that little comedic cut, those things do it for me, where every time it goes back to Masami and the other guy, I never remember his name.
Oh my
when
God.
she's just cooking this dude.
Yes.
The
Being
knife
like, yeah,
sound.
you can't say anything here because you suck.
Oh,
you
that
lost."
was yeah.
And then
Masami
cutting
was
to
very
him
funny.
in the corner.
Very funny.
Incredible.
I think that's a great just little joke. I love
Yes.
Yeah, she was funny.
Yeah, no, she was like the one that like keeps the two of them in line, you can tell. And you know, I really liked Masami at this point in the story and what we get of her. I really do like her a lot. Cool, but yeah, and of course, Akiba Reiji literally waltzes in and you know,
Rat.
we know what's
Oh,
gonna
yes.
happen there. The two of them are gonna duel. It's no secret. The school's on the line. We are gonna talk about that in a little bit. Before we do that, I want to see if we have any donations and super chats. I appreciate all of you guys being here. We do have 2 link donos, so I'll read those. Aylet, thank you for the $2 donation. Hi to everyone who may want to answer. How would the Arc 5 characters handle being sick? Thanks. I mean, I guess we'll just do the main 3. I think Shingo would be very dramatic. He's probably going to the ER,
Oh.
even if it's a cold. And
I think this is it, guys.
yeah, he'd be very dramatic. Gungenziga, I don't think he's taking medicine. I think Gungenziga's just going to try to power through it. I think he
Yeah,
believes.
he's like, I just got to sweat it out
yeah,
kind of guy. Yeah.
Yes. Yuzu's probably taking proper care of herself. And Yuya, I don't know. He's a little bit of a wild card, I think, when it comes to that.
Yeah, Yuzu will recover the quickest because she'll take care of herself properly. She'll follows doctor's orders. She'll get the rest she needs. Be up on her feet in an appropriate amount of time.
Yeah. Gungenziga is at the highest risk.
Highest risk, but he's fine. He ends up okay.
Right. He is a tank. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's sweating, like he's out and about too, like, and he's like, no, I just got to sweat it out.
You would
It's
give
like,
the
go
same
home, dude.
approach. You would give the same approach as Dean would, where he
Oh,
would
no.
say that the sickness is just mental, man. It's just in
Oh,
your
yeah.
mind, and if you don't believe and think you're
Sounds like
sick,
Dylan.
you won't be sick. I think that would be Gungenziga's
No,
approach.
you know,
That's-
Pete
that's
is right on the
true.
money. That is a real, not for illness, but for cold. My brother has
Weather, yeah.
often argued that being cold is not a body
mind.
condition, but rather it is a state of mind. And if you can reach the point where you can convince yourself that you're not cold, you will never feel cold. That is what he has said. Listen, I've seen that man walk around shirtless in the dead of winter and he seems fine. So I think he reached that state a few years
Does he have
back.
something to prove?
I don't know. No, I think it's just about
Every day.
comfortability, Nick T.
There's nothing comfortable about that.
Well, but it's a state of mind. So he's comfortable.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it.
Dredge as the medical guy is
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Stop
Nope.
talking. Just stop talking.
Whoa.
About that, you can talk about other stuff, but not that. I should specify.
I
You can
wanted
talk about whatever
your
you want, just
professional
not
opinion.
that. My apologies. That came out wrong.
No,
Can't talk
it's
about
fine.
it.
I was gonna say, do you buy into what my brother's saying?
So if I put Dean outside in -5-degree weather,
He'd feel cold.
Well, he'd have to. I don't know if he'd be able to convince.
I can guarantee you he'd be cold.
but he would tell you, "I'm only cold because I believe I'm cold."
No.
No, see, that's the
not how that
problem.
works.
That's not how it works.
I agree with you.
You know
There's
what I would need,
science
Dill? How about
behind
this,
it.
Dill? I have an idea.
Yeah, sure.
Well, we're gonna do this test, but he has to be on a lie detector, so that way we can really tell if he believes it or not.
I mean,
And then we'll solve the
polygraphs
problem,
are,
right? Let's
are
polygraph him while he's outside in the cold, and if he believes it, he'll be telling the truth, right?
I feel like Dean could convince a polygraph that
I
he's
don't
telling
think
the
so.
truth.
I don't think.
I think polygraphs
I
are
think he could-
decently easy to manipulate.
yeah, they're
not
they're
not.
fairly flawed.
I mean,
You can
they
train
are- don't get me wrong,
yourself.
Yes, but if all of a sudden tomorrow I told Dean we're doing this, he's not
If you
able to
if
train
you
himself.
surprise them, you'd be fine.
Yeah, that's the point.
I don't
Unless
know,
he's-
dude.
Hey,
Unless
Dean,
he's a
in a
sociopath.
year, we're gonna go outside in the cold, and you're gonna take a polygraph. Of course,
I think Dean
practice.
prepares himself for a polygraph every day, and he's just waiting.
That would be scary. As
You
hell,
know what's
honestly.
wild? That's not like the most outlandish thing I've heard. So that's possible. I mean, I can't argue that.
I can't even.
That
argue.
that I can't argue.
Just crazy. Ayla, thank you for the donation. Dark Emperor J, thank you for the $2 donation. You know, Dark Emperor J is always coming with that random question. Random question.
Love it.
Let's say you
Random
won a free
cute.
car. but you can only pick a model from the years 1990 to 2010. Which model would you pick?
I have to Google something. Give me a second.
I would.
I already know what I want.
I would probably pick a Hyundai Sonata.
Only pick models from 1990 to 2010.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna pick a Hyundai Sonata because I've always wanted a Sonata. I've had an Elantra my whole life, and I've always told these guys, I've told people in my life, if you ever see a Hyundai Sonata parked in my driveway, you'll know I've made it. I'm not close particularly to getting to that point where I can purchase a Hyundai Sonata, which is one of the main signs of wealth, I think. If you see someone and they have a Hyundai Sonata parked right on the curbside, you know that they have made it. You know that they are doing well, that they are living life to the fullest. And Hyundai Sonatas, man, a lot of people sleep on them because Hyundai Elantras are talked about a lot. But I got to tell you, man, Hyundai Elantras, they'll get you from point A to point B, but Hyundai Sonatas will do it in style. Hyundai Sonatas are about 20% bigger than Hyundai Elantras, and the amount of miles to the gallon increase, the wait time to get to the destination increases, and Hyundai Sonatas, man, are they're calling them the new Rolls-Royce of the country, and they're taking it over. So that's going to be my pick.
Today's stream is brought to you by Hyundai.
I was with you on the ad read until you said people are calling them the new Rolls Royce. Not a single soul.
Yeah.
Everything up until that point, I'm like, okay, that could be facts. Like that's cool. Like this feels like an ad read, but cool. And then you said people are calling it the new Rolls Royce. Nobody's calling it that.
It's the Rolls Royce of the middle class, Nick T.
No.
I love that. No.
That one's actually pretty good, dude. If they started advertising their Hyundai Sonatas that way, I think sales are skyrocketing. The Rolls Royce.
I think you would need a car that actually looks like a Rolls Royce.
Well, right, okay, that's
or exudes the same kind of like. I don't disagree. I think Hyundai Sonatas are cool, like good, reliable, nice looking cars.
Yeah,
but I don't think it has the same vibe, even for the middle class, as a Rolls Royce.
Okay. No, you know what?
But I respect it. I do respect it. And I think you did a good job. I'll say that.
Thank you, my man. I appreciate it. Cool stuff. But Nick T, what are you picking here? What are you picking?
So I don't know if I can. By the way, I just want to point out that Delayed's and I figured Delayed probably knows cars, but his answer is really good. But mine, I don't have a particular year, but I'm gonna say a Nissan Skyline because those things are sick as hell, and you gotta like import them from like Japan, but like they're sick.
I know someone who did that.
Dude, yeah, Nick Librero, who's the drummer of my band, his older brother, finally, there's a certain year of it that like is finally allowed to be imported after like because, and he as soon as the ban on that lifted, he scooped one out like very recently, and it's gorgeous, really
They're
cool.
really nice. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
I like
It's
that.
like an emissions thing, but yeah, they're cool cars.
Caliber, are you going back to the Pontiac?
You know, I really did think about the 2002 Pontiac Grand Am tan-colored, no working driver's side window, but
Classic.
but I think I would get a little sporty in a 90s vehicle and go with like the 91, 92 Porsche Carrera.
I like.
It's a little,
I like it.
it's a little two-seater. It's nothing too
In a
crazy.
two-seater.
Yeah,
me
me
too.
Hey, I would just be cruising that little go-kart around. It'd be great.
Yes, I think that'd be sick, dude.
I like that.
Nice.
I like that a lot. So it's going to be you and two women, you said, or were you quoting Rick
Yes.
Ross?
I was quoting across.
Oh,
Both.
okay. Both.
Actually, just one woman. Just one woman.
Just one woman.
Yep, just one woman.
Cal
In case she's
Breezy,
watching.
the man. She ain't watching. She's not watching. Pete, what?
No, she. So
She
fun
watched
fact,
last week.
she was last week.
I know. That's why I said it. Pete,
Oh my god.
what car are you picking? You're a little bit of a car guy. What car are you picking?
Pete knows.
2008 Ferrari
Oh.
Ferrari,
F30
good car.
Spider.
Good car.
What a pick.
F430.
Now, what's the GTA 4 equivalent of that car? Is that the Comet?
No, that'd be more the Porsche, I think.
Yeah, I feel
No,
like
the
that's
Porsche is the
I don't-
Infernus, no? Or is that Lambo?
No, opposite.
No, that's
the Furnace
Lambo.
is more Lambo.
Yeah, I don't know if there is a Ferrari comparison in GTA.
Maybe not.
Hold on, I'll Google.
What's
know.
that
I'll
one
have to look
scooter
at that.
called? What do they call that scooter?
Oh, that
No,
annoying
nope,
scooter.
that's bait. That's what they call bait right there. No.
The Turismo.
No.
Done in GTA.
Oh, the Turismo, yes. No, but the Ferrari with the suicide door speed, the ones that like go up.
I think that'd be nice.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it'd be really
dude,
nice.
What a freaking car. Dredge, what about you, my man? What are we doing?
And a suicide
99
doors,
Camaro.
Car.
Oh man,
Black
drop back.
99 Camaro.
Drop back, right?
Bro's got some muscle.
Drop back.
Yeah, little power. What? What do you keep saying? Drop
The
back
roof,
for?
like the roof, the convertible.
No.
Convertible?
No, I don't want a convertible. No,
Like a drop top.
no. 99
Drop
Camaro had a lot of horses back in the day.
Oh man, dude, yeah, those Camaros could go far. Yeah, awesome
We
question.
used to ride those babies for miles.
So, I feel like you four picked nice
awesome.
cars. I picked a Hyundai Sonata. I'm.
You're a
Yeah,
sensible guy.
I took my headphones out.
Yeah, I took my head.
I can't
By
blame
the
you
time you
guys.
were done, it was.
I
it
didn't
was a
re-
long time.
I didn't
Hey,
realize how long
I
it
was
was
done.
going on for. I was just
Yeah,
speaking from the
talked to-
heart.
You talked about Hyundai? I didn't even notice.
Okay,
think
Dark
you're a
Emperor
sensible
J, thank you for the donation. Do we have any super chats or membership, boys?
We
You
do.
do. Well,
Yeah,
I'll start.
I'll start with the first one.
Okay, you start with the first one.
Yeah, I'll start with the first one. Myself, Calbreezy has been a member at Slifer Red for 74 months.
Oh yeah.
Thank you, Cal
Oh.
Breezy.
Oh yeah.
Level
And,
of health.
a simple message here: Rip Yuzu, she got stomped.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's just a fact.
I mean,
There's
she
no
did,
real-
but like, are we gonna?
Well, Yeah,
I don't know.
she
I
lost.
don't-
She had one turn and got cooked. I mean, it's
Doesn't-
just.
It doesn't sit right with me.
Nick T, I was gonna call her Boozu, as in like
Ooh,
boo,
come
but
on.
like I
Come
didn't wanna
on,
be mean.
boo! Get this guy off
Oh,
camera.
come on.
I mean, it was
feeding into the boo.
it was a tough showing for Yuzu, but it's all about how you bounce
Yes,
back.
of course.
It's all about how you bounce back.
No, of course, but I do think we should start booing people when they do things we don't like.
Is that why you boo me every time you see me?
No, of course not. That's because you my boo, Dill.
Oh,
My
okay.
boo.
Thank you. No, you know what? Yuzu hopefully will be okay. I remember thinking after this duel, she'll be all right. Kid's gonna be all right.
I think.
Boo-zoo.
Yeah. I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I think she realized she'll be okay. She was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I got in my own head. Even though you told me, you know, I just couldn't see past it.
I've got to grow a little bit as a person, and I will learn from this.
Sure.
Yeah,
Sure. Caliber, thank you for the 74 months, my man. Appreciate it so
Of
much.
course.
Very nice. I'll read next. We have
go ahead.
$2 from Mr. Sean Gilbride,
Thank you,
Sean.
Sean. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sean.
and he said, "Always been an X-Saber fan in the TCG and video games. I mean, the X-Sabers are sick.
The X-Sabers are sick, and that's why I wanted to bring up those dual
Interesting
terminal
one.
decks because really, really, really unique that they were decks that were already in the game that were utilized by these characters. That is usually not the case with anime decks.
Yep.
I meant to bring this up.
Yeah,
and
please.
Someone who is more well versed in the cards and just like lore regarding them,
Yeah, I got you.
and other anime. I feel like X-Saber Souza is a Berserker reference. A Berserk reference.
It might be. Now that card
It
came out.
looks very much like Guts.
Well,
to
that
me.
card came out during the. Well, hold on, Nick T. Read that card again to me.
X-Saber Souza.
I'll check. I mean, maybe
Did
it
anyone
is.
like? I don't know. Did anybody else get that vibe? Not. I mean, you'd have to have seen Guts from Berserk,
Yeah, I don't know. I'm the wrong
Not
guy
seen
to
it.
ask him.
but I'm sure someone in chat would either know. Because like
Nickelodeon
Berserk
Guts.
gets referenced a lot in media. Like a lot of Soulsborne games like have some kind of reference to Berserk.
I went to the trivia page on Yugioh War because sometimes they'll have it, but they don't have anything on this particular card. But maybe, I mean, it could be.
He doesn't have a
Nick T.
long sword. That man's right. He doesn't have a long sword, but the character design, the cape, the general hairstyle and build, and the armor. I don't know. I just feel like he looks like him. Yes, he doesn't have a long sword though. That's fair. But I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah. Well, listen. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Last Wednesday night we played the 5D's Wheelie Breakers card shop theme, which was clearly a ripoff of Aerosmith's Walk This Way. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes,
maybe
we
that's
did. That was yeah.
that was pretty blatant. Maybe that is the thing. Maybe we will we'll kind of point out references that we see every single week. But
I
very,
couldn't
very
find
cool.
that again. By the way, I looked after the stream. What's the name of that game?
5Ds, Wheelie Breakers, and I want to say it's the card shop theme.
How did you find? You like pulled it up so easily, and
Because I knew
found
exactly
shop
what to
theme
look
that
for.
wasn't.
I knew exactly what to look for. I even put it in chat. While you read the next one, I'll find it and put it in chat.
Yeah, please do. Yeah, send it to me. I'm curious because I could not find it. I'm like, damn it. Okay, we have $5 from Ice Aiden.
Down. Thank you, my man.
He said, "Hello, Yugi Bros. If you could give all 8 Yu-Gi-Oh protagonists a second sports occupation of any kind other than duelist, what would you like to see?" Very interesting. Very
That's a
interesting.
question.
Jeez.
I can't answer all 8, but
If you can think of any,
I can answer a bunch.
if you can think of any, well, we'll start with Yugi.
Yugi, I don't know. Is Yugi a chess player?
He's
Oh,
a baseball player.
Baseball.
I could see chess.
I could see, and I don't mean this with any irony at all. I could see Yugi figure skating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
could.
pretty good.
Yeah,
Yami,
I
Yugi,
could. You know
what, yeah,
chess.
I'll-
I'm
Yeah.
not even kidding. That's not like a slight. I think that's sick as hell.
No, I
We're
think
talking about
it's
little
sick.
Yugi.
No,
Yes,
I agree.
little
I like
Yugi
that.
figure skating. I could actually see that too.
I'm gonna go with
He's
that.
got the
Yeah,
build
I'll-
for it. I feel like he's
I'll take
lean.
figure
He's
Yeah.
he's limber.
All right,
He
take
can
the
move.
Oh
Yugi.
God! Now Judai, I would pick baseball.
I was gonna say
would-
baseball.
Judai's an
I was
athlete.
gonna say
Judah
baseball.
wants to run around. Yeah, center field.
Yeah.
He's gonna run around that field. Yeah.
Look at me. I could be
you
center
say?
field.
I don't know.
Judge,
dude.
I don't
You
know.
say
I just
serious.
see. I feel he's a tennis player. I don't know why.
I mean, he has that intensity. I could see it. I'm okay with tennis for you. Say I like
see
that. I
tennis.
could live with that. Yeah, I like that. Oh God.
Yuma soccer,
Who's it?
football, European football.
Okay.
Yuma.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can see soccer for Yuma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yuya.
And now Yuya.
something entertaining.
Oh God.
Big, like playing to the crowd.
Yeah.
God, he'd be
Professional
a-
wrestler.
He'd be a
WWE.
really
Oh my
good-
God, he's a
Yeah.
he's a
Is that what
he's
people-
that small WWE wrestler that kind of like he's a Daniel
High
Bryan.
flyer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or yeah,
Oh.
there you go.
I think he'd be a lot of
Yeah,
fun.
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I could see. Oh yeah, Jeff Hardy. I could totally see that.
Yeah,
He's doing like a Van
crazy
Damme.
stuff.
He's doing like frog splash.
Yeah. Oh,
I
love
could
it.
see that. Yeah.
Yusaku would be
Oh,
the
Yusaku.
sport where you just like shoot a gun and try to hit the middle.
Yusaku's darts.
He's-
Just darts. Just throw.
would
Darts
be
would work.
really good
Darts
at
would
that.
work. But
Yeah,
there was an
something
Olympic
with-
game with like the people with that pistol, like the
Yeah,
Yeah.
the skiing,
Lot
the
of
biathlon,
lot of
the
great
biathlon,
memes
he's
out of that.
skiing and, yeah.
Yeah, I
See, I don't
actually
think
think
he'd
that's
want to ski. If he, I don't think he'd want to do the cross country ski.
No, he would do the summer version where he's just downrange
shooter?
shooting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
alright.
think he's
Yeah.
precision, something that requires him to be alone a lot.
it has to be the least amount of whimsy possible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Negative whimsy.
Yuga and
Negative.
Yugi,
Whimsy,
yes.
but still positive aura.
Yeah,
Definitely.
positive.
Oh yeah, I know. You need aura
Yeah.
for sure. He's an aura farmer, absolutely.
Yuga would be.
Something.
Yeah, I feel like Yuga would be bowling. I don't know why.
Yeah, I can see
I get
that.
a bowling vibe
yeah.
for him. I don't
I
know.
don't know
why.
if I get bowling from him.
I don't know.
Using
feel
Kaizo
bowling.
as a bowling ball.
That's my thought process.
That would just
Oh,
be funny.
That'd be really funny.
And Kaizo's
I would-
arms open up the ends, so he always
Oh,
gets
his,
strikes.
his eyes and his mouth is the 3 holes right there.
Oh my god.
UDS,
Oh, God.
UDS is fencing. UDS would be fencing.
Oh,
sword.
Fencing. That's,
It goes with his sword
yes,
background.
yes.
I see where you are.
All right,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
I can live with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that was good.
like
I always
that.
love
I
it.
think we did a good job.
I think we
with that.
did a very good job. Thank you guys. That was a good one. Ice
That was
Aiden,
fun. That was a good one.
great question. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much, Ice.
Very good
Appreciate
question.
you.
Oh, I'm dead.
Yeah, that was cool. That really got us thinking.
Yes.
How did everybody else there feel about that one? Someone
like
said you say for. Oh well, okay. I guess yeah. Crystal
But I don't
said
know if I want to constrict him just to thinking about
Like
the
vehicles?
wheel. You know what I mean?
get that. Yeah,
Oh, true.
he would be a good F1
But I could
racer,
see it.
though.
I mean, yeah, that's the easy answer, right?
Yeah.
He's in like NASCAR.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
he's used to going around a track around and around.
So, I mean, that's a
that'd be
good,
the easy.
that's a good poll. Yep.
I like it. I like it.
And those men and women are athletes. I know a lot of people act like it takes an extreme amount of conditioning to be in those cars.
Oh
You're
my
right.
yeah.
god, dude!
It's crazy.
Absolutely.
Well, have you ever seen an out of shape NASCAR driver?
No,
well, yeah,
you're
that's
putting-
why, because
you're
they
putting your body
That's what I'm
through
saying.
extreme
They're athletes.
G-force
Like,
is
yeah.
insane. But most people like that are just like a casual or something, or like, I mean, you're just
Yeah.
sitting there driving. It's like you have no idea,
No.
dude. Like,
No, sir.
You're not driving 70 on the turnpike, you know. You're
yeah.
driving 300 miles an hour. Or whatever the hell it is that they go.
They
It's a
go
lot.
fast.
I don't think it's
Usually
300,
200.
but it's a lot.
It's usually like 210.
They go fast.
Been done.
Oh, sure, yeah, yeah, of course, but
Anyways.
anyway, we have 14 months of raw yellow membership from XL Hero,
Thank you, my man. Thank you so much, man.
and he said, "How would each
Thank
of
you,
you
XL.
rate Gungenzika, Yuzu, and Yuya based on how strong they are in these 3 episodes?" Oh, that's funny,
So I guess
actually.
out of the 3 of them, rank them. I guess is the
After
question,
this?
right? Basically.
He said how strong they are.
So do we want to go like strong,
How good they are.
Oh,
middle?
okay.
Like, what do you mean? How do you want to do it? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I
I'm
think
saying
like
you
1,
wanna...
2, 3.
Oh, that's yeah. That's Nick T. That's what I said. Like, compare.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah,
but based
yeah.
like on strength, not necessarily based on like.
Character.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So then
Um,
Yuya, Gogenzika, and then Yuzu is like.
I
in the basement.
actually would say Gungenzika, Yuya, Yuzu personally.
I agree. Bingo.
Yeah.
For me,
I think
it doesn't
Gon's deck
matter.
is better than Yuya's deck right now.
Yeah.
Personally.
And I don't even know if it matters that he
Tied
drew-
versus didn't win.
yeah, exactly. I think
Yeah.
the fact that he went toe to toe with his opponent better in these 3 duels, I think.
Yeah.
I
During
think
the length of it. The
You
outcome obviously
could-
you won.
You could convince me.
Yeah. Oh, I
Like,
think you could
I
also
could easily be
convince
convinced
me,
the other
yeah.
way.
I think I
I'm-
could be convinced too.
Yeah, I think I'm more with Cal, Yuya, Gungenzika, Yuzu, but it's very close between Yuya and Gungenzika.
Well, I hate
just
you.
based.
Wow.
I'm just joshing.
Just
I'm
based on
joking
these
around.
episodes. Yeah, but it's a
Thanks.
good question. Good question. Thank you, Axel Hero. Appreciate you, my friend.
Yes. And then we have $10 from that man
Wow.
666. So
Thank
no
you,
devil
that
don't
man.
know.
No devil
even
don't
10.
know.
Yeah.
Thank you, that man.
Nice.
And he said Gungenzika versus Yaiba is among my favorite underrated duels. There's 2 more Arc 5 entries, but can't say because spoilers. I want to include a Manjome duel, but it's from the manga. Want to take a guess?
Oh,
That's only a Dylan
my
question,
guess
I think.
would be, but I'm trying to think underrated. What was the name of the? I'm almost positive he dueled a girl character. Let me pull that up. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but let me pull that up.
The one that he liked at the time when he was in the love
Pull it up,
potion or whatever
pull
that
it
was.
up.
That we were talking about. Or
No,
is this
that
same
was in
manga
the
as well?
anime. That was in the anime.
It is a mod. This is a mod. Okay, I want to.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying. Yeah, I don't know.
My guess would be David. He did not duel a girl, but I knew he dueled like someone from that like group, David and Reggie, right? Yeah, my guess would be Manjome versus David. Because that, the Manjome versus Judai duels, or the Zane, the Zane he got stomped in the manga, but and then Tragodia, yeah, I think it's him versus David. That would be my guess. I knew it was one of those like exchange students. I just couldn't remember if it was the girl or not. But that would be my guess, that man. Let me know if I'm right in the chat. We'll keep an eye out for it. And
Yep.
yeah, I mean, I always liked Yaiba.
He said no.
He said nope.
Nope.
My
I mean,
other
at that point, I don't think you need to keep guessing.
my only other guess
like
would
what
be
they left.
O'Brien. My only other guess would be O'Brien. It'd be O'Brien.
O'Brien.
Because I'm thinking underrated. Like his duel against Judai is really good, but like it's not underrated, so that's why I wouldn't guess it.
Yeah, you have to take that into account.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
specific.
Yeah. But hopefully I got it right second try. If I didn't, then he's gonna have to tell me because I can't think of any other duels that would fall under that. But thank you, that man, for the super chat.
I'm
Let me know if
literally
I'm
gonna-
right.
Oh hell yeah.
Thank you, man.
We have $6.07 Canadian
yeah.
from Pick Rick.
Pick the Rick.
Pick the Rick.
Thank you, Pick.
And he said, with most duelists in Arc 5 using at least one summoning mechanic, which one would you guys give to Yuzu and Gong? Ritual, Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and Pendulum.
Yeah. Well,
I think I
That's
would
an interesting
give.
question.
I feel like Yuzu would benefit from Synchro
I was just going to
based
say
on her
Synchro.
deck. The way her deck is 4 and 3s, like the level 7 Synchros, things like that. Gong. I feel like I don't know what the super. I don't know if super heavy samurai gets any support in a master duel. I don't know for sure. I think he could have some. The problem is he'd have to have a monster effect for fusion because he can't have spells in that deck. So the fear there is the other way is if he XZs, so you could make him XZ, so then he puts the 2 level 4s out, he can get like a super heavy samurai that way. But whatever way it would have to be, I'll say XZs because I think it's the simplest way to not involve spell cards. Obviously, you need poly or fusion technically, or different types of fusion cards, unless he had effects for his monster. So I'll say XZs.
That's a very good answer.
Yeah.
So,
like
would he be able to pull off ritual without having any kind of effect?
I don't. I mean, unless one of the effects of his monster cards in the graveyard was ritual summon, which that's
at that point,
stretch.
is it ritual? Yeah, is it ritual at that point?
So with Gangenziga, there is support that he got after the show concluded. That's one of these that does fit the deck well. I'm not gonna necessarily say it, but
is that a spoiler?
Well, then I guess you
won't
if
know.
It's after the show concluded.
You'll definitely know he doesn't use something.
Right. That's the only
that's
thing.
fair.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
well, then you could tell.
true.
I guess you could tell us. Then it wouldn't matter. You know. Right? If we're not gonna know anyway. We already know he's not gonna have it, right? For argument's sake.
Well, you might think he might use it.
Yeah, because we don't know
Oh,
what he's not going to have.
Right.
Because we don't know what it is after the show.
Right.
Fair enough.
But I
that's a
did
good
just
point.
want to say that, like, yeah, one of these his deck did get support for afterwards. But I'm not going to answer Pete. I don't know, Pete and Cal. I don't know if you have any things you want to throw. If Yuzu got an additional method, or if Gangenza got an additional method.
You go, Cal.
I think I would go with Dredge for Genzuko, probably, XZs being something that he could use for without using spell cards. And then for Yuzu, I feel like I don't know Synchro very well, but I feel like Fusion would be cool with her deck with just the way her cards are. I feel like there could be like really cool designs that you can make out of those, so I'd probably say Fusion.
Love it. And Pete, what about you?
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could see Yuzu just being more partial somehow. Like, she feels fusion-like, but I also could see her being fascinated with Yuta and just also being an XZ's player because of that. So I think that's a possibility.
Yeah, cool. No, I like it. I like it a lot. And, well, the question is, will one of these characters, or both of them, add something to their deck by the end of the show? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Cool stuff there, Pick. Thank you for the super chat.
Oh, yeah. I like it. And then we have, I think on our end, just one more.
And then I got one on mine. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes. And this is $5 Australian from Mr. Electric Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
And he said, Arc 5 not only gave us over a dozen new fan favorite archetypes, but we got to see many older ones too, as you guys saw here with the trio.
Yeah.
A dozen sounds like a lot, but I don't know. We'll see.
I believe that.
No, I think he's probably right with that.
A dozen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
It might
we'll
even
see.
be more. It might even be more than a dozen.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, Arc 5 is one of those shows, man, that has so many memorable archetypes. Maybe like
Fair.
the most of any Yu-Gi-Oh anime, to be honest with you.
I guess because it touches all the summoning mechanics, you can get a very wide variety.
That's exactly what it is.
That's a good point.
Yeah,
that's fair.
That's exactly why.
Good point.
And
Yep.
that was something that I praised Arc 5 early on with, and even when I rewatch it, I praise. Yeah, they have, and I honestly think Dredge, because you're someone who's played Master Duel, as you watch this show and as you see certain archetypes get used, I think you'll be like, oh, this is where that's from. I think you'll recognize a lot of them. Yeah. But no, it is true. It is a really good point there. Thank you, Kevin, for the super chat. And then we have a link donation as well from Dark Emperor J. Yeah, I heard about this. Just out of curiosity, what are your thoughts on Blue Point shutting down today? It was posted on Discord that they had a lot of ideas, including a Bloodborne remake, Jack and Daxter remake, and Shadow of Colossus remake, but none of them are happening as the studio is now shut down. Blue Point was I want to make sure I'm not wrong here. I believe were they Sony owned?
Yeah, they're also responsible for a lot of the recent remakes that got reported. One of them being Demon Souls that you're going to play this week.
That's
that is
right.
Blue Point Games.
Oh,
That's right. That was actually the last one they did. Oh no, they did God of War Ragnarok as well.
Yep.
But yeah, they did the Nathan Drake collection, the first Shadow of Colossus. Yeah, they did nothing besides supporting God of War Ragnarok. They did nothing since 2020. And yeah, obviously they had a lot of plans, but sadly, they just... But this is also interesting that I'm reading about it. It was founded by Andy O'Neill and Marco Thrush. And Andy O'Neill passed away in 2019. And then they
that
did...
could be a contributing factor.
I'm sure it was. Then they released Demon Souls in 2020, which I'm sure was already under production when he passed away in 2019. And then they did nothing after that, besides supporting God of War Ragnarok. But yeah, very, very unfortunate. I mean, listen,
That's a shame.
you know, video games, dude, are just in a really, really, really bad state. I saw a tweet that GTA got delayed to 2027, but I don't know if that was real or not. That may have been clickbait.
Come on, dude.
That may have been clickbait. I think it was.
I mean, it would
clickbait.
shock me.
It still has November, so I think that was clickbait. But
Welcome to Twitter.
clickbait for now, by the way. I mean, we'll see how long it's clickbait for.
Yeah.
But Pete, I mean, your thoughts on the video game space? It's been rough these last 7 years. You know.
Yeah, this particular last probably 12 to 18 months has been really hard.
Yeah.
You know, we had Blue Point shutting down, which obviously is the main point of this question. And I think studios like them need to exist that are, for the most part, support or not pumping out their own games. Maybe they're, you know, partaking in porting and remaking or remastering an old game, a fan favorite. Those studios need to exist. And I think it's not just about one of the founders passing. It's about the way the gaming industry is going. This is a larger conversation that I don't have to bore you guys and have here.
No, I think it's great to talk about.
But the obsession in the video game industry right now across all three platforms, particularly PlayStation and Xbox, of having live support, constant gaming is destroying the industry.
Fully agree.
And it's not only their behemoths to create and the pressure it puts on actual developers and talking their personal lives. That's a whole other conversation. But just the amount of storage, the amount of processing power it takes to run these things, to constantly have kind of these online stores to buy cosmetics, to buy sometimes necessary elements to games to keep you competitive in a lot of these online spaces. It's for me, it's a very sore point for me. I think it's a very disgusting time in the industry right now. And to then have Phil Spencer and his second in command over there, Sarah something, I forget her name, step down at Xbox also last week, shows how that's changing, especially with the main people that are taking it, and the main person that is going to be leading the charge over at Xbox is a massive proponent of AI, which I think is not only going to cut out voice actors in the way that's going to go, they're going to use them more as models instead of actual their performances themselves. But we might get entire games in the near future that are strictly created out of AI and really cut out the creative process of a lot of these people. And I know the game development industry is not the most healthy one, right? The working conditions, it's on record notoriously, are atrocious. The healthcare benefits are terrible. But laying off thousands of people, and we see these stories every 6 months, is not a way to have this industry continue to thrive. And as much as you continue to try to shove in our face these online games, these AI-created components that we know the industry is going there, but having a place for them as a tool is very different than having them create an entire game that you're going to be marketing for $70, $80. So you could talk for 2 hours about this, but when I saw Blue Point shut down, that was something that definitely struck me and was upsetting, as many things have been for the last year or so.
Yeah, and I mean, some of those titles, I think everything you said is very well said and scratches the surface of what has just been a really, really scary time in the video game industry, and I agree with everything you said. And some of those titles, I mean, resonate directly with me. Bloodborne, Jak and Daxter. I mean, these are IPs that have not been touched in over a decade. And this is a studio.
I was really excited for that rumor. If they
yeah.
actually ported Bloodborne to PS5, I was really excited.
I mean, that would have been amazing. It would have been amazing. And like it, you know, whether it would have been like changing the games around or just like remaking them and keeping game preservation alive, which is very important as well, I think, is a shame that their attempts to do it were clearly blocked. And then Sony was like, yeah, we're just getting rid of the studio. So, yeah, it's been a dark, dark time in the industry. And you see what's happening with GTA 6, which you could make a whole...
I think that's going to make it worse. And you want to talk about a live service
Well, that's
game.
what I mean. Well, I said yesterday... Pete, I said...
last for 20 years.
I said yesterday they are taking their time with this because this is the last Grand Theft Auto game they are going to make for the next 30 years. That's my opinion.
Honestly, it's a total possibility. It really is. Considering GTA 5 came out in 2013.
Yeah.
We're going on 13 years.
Yeah. But
ridiculous.
I mean, even look what happened with The Last of Us. Well, not to get down that rabbit hole, but the multiplayer game with that because Bungie got involved and that became a live service game, probably because that was the directive of Sony or whoever made that call. Then they ended up like scrapping it. So they wasted all their time and resources. We, the fans, get screwed out of another multiplayer game, like just because they wanted to make it live service and then pulled the plug on it. Nobody wanted it. No, I don't remember any Last of Us fan that enjoyed the first factions that said, man, I wish it was live service. We need the next one to be live service. Nobody wanted it to be live service except the people who, of course, make the decisions. And the game died because of it. So... yeah, you know, again, don't want to get really too ranty or worked up about it, but it's shitty, man. I mean, excuse my language. It's a shame. You go back and you look at the games that came out and how frequently they came out. Just look at Jak and Daxter. The original Jak 2 and Jak 3 all came out within 3 or 4 years. The Sly Cooper trilogy, GTA 4 and 5 were like 4 years apart. And now, like... you know, The Last of Us and Uncharted were a few years apart. Red Dead and Red Dead 2 came out while GTA 4...
Red Dead was 2018.
Yeah.
2018.
2018. So 4 years after GTA 5? Think about that. 4 years after GTA 5, they made another masterpiece. One of the best video games I've ever played. Red Dead Redemption 2. 4 years later. Well, now it's been 8 years, and we're still not confident that the next game's coming out.
In Rockstar's, because like, you know, they'll have Rockstar North, but it's all under the Rockstar brand.
Yeah.
They had 2008's GTA 4.
Yep.
They had, I think in 2010, they had both Red Dead and LA Noire in 2011.
Yes.
And then they still followed up with GTA 5 in 2013, and then it started going awry because then 5 years later, it was Red Dead 2. And then nothing. So, you know, that's kind of the boat that we are in. And that's been all of these major studios, that the length between games, especially between sequels, has just been getting larger and larger and larger. And you know, they announced this week that, Wolverine, you know, finally, the game that's had so many delays because the studio got hacked and all that stuff happened. Yeah. It's coming out in September. No, it ain't.
Did they say that?
We all know it ain't.
Said that?
We all know it's getting delayed. Come on, man.
I missed that news. It's not coming out in September. Yeah. Come on.
We know it ain't.
Yeah, no. But, oh, man. Yeah, it is unfortunate. Cal, Nick T. Dredge, I don't know if you guys have anything that you wanted to add. I mean... if you do, you're more than welcome to, but no problem.
I think you guys have said it all at this point.
Yeah, there's not much to add other than
there's
like
not.
The whole live service in-game purchase thing really kind of not
ruined
ruins
everything.
A lot of games, but at the same time it kind of did. Yeah, like there's so much more focus on getting these microtransaction live service cosmetic purchases in the games that the games become worse. Like, the gameplay is worse. Like, oh, I have this cool costume. Yeah, but the gameplay sucks. So, like, what does it matter?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, games are so glitchy now. Like,
I always think of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, like, we play these old games, and they're, like, they have their own glitches and stuff, like, nothing crazy. And these new games, it's like, oh, we need to send out a patch today. Oh, we need to send out another patch. Oh, the servers are going to be down for 6 hours because we have to do more server maintenance.
80,
it's
80
like
gigabyte.
yeah, and it's like and then you have to download 100 gigabytes for one game, and my computer has now 3 games on it with my terabyte hard drive. Like, it makes no sense. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will 1000% take a game that has a downgrade in graphics that actually runs correctly and has a great
100%.
story that you can out every 2 to 3 years. Like, please, man.
Well, that's what I've been saying. I'm like, maybe the technology is like too advanced now for this to be possible, but can't they make games look like the first Last of Us, which came out 13 years ago, look like that in this day and age, and just release a game that looks like that? Like, if you could do that in 2012, certainly you can do that in 2026.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they won't though, because technology always moves forward. It very, very rarely moves backward.
But do you look at that game in 2012, Pete, and think, man, that game did not age well?
Still looks great.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. That's why, like,
I mean, it even got a remaster not that much longer after it, and that looks great.
Dude,
and that probably would not take that much time.
They remastered the first game, then they remastered the second game, then they released an edition where they remastered both games together.
It's criminal. The whole gaming industry has been. That's why everyone gravitates to indies now, man. That's why games like Peak and all these things take off. No one knew Marvel Rivals would be as big as it was.
Right.
Some developer in China, they had no idea.
Black Myth Wukong was extremely successful.
Black Myth Wukong, a massive success that no one saw. Hell, even people talk about it, but Elden Ring was not supposed to blow up the way that it
broke the niche bubble that Souls games had always existed in and went mainstream.
Yes.
And even Bloodborne was not able to do that. Like, Elden Ring was on a different level. Yes, you're absolutely right. I don't know. I mean, we'll see what happens in the net. There's a lot of games I'm looking forward to. I mean, Project Red said that Witcher 4, 5, and 6 are all going to release within 3 years of each other.
I don't believe them.
I can't believe that.
I
have difficulty believing
but
that.
that's what they said. But
They can say it all they want. They can say it till they're blue in the face.
There's no way, right? But if that happens, then I will look at every other gaming company with just
as lesser than them.
Yes, because what the hell is happening? But that's a huge task. We don't even know when Witcher 4 is coming out, so I don't
exactly. I think
you'll be there opening night.
I will certainly be there opening night. But Dark Emperor J, great question. Thank you everybody who stayed for that discussion. Especially if you like video games, an important, unfortunate discussion. That man, thank you for the Devil Dono 666. I appreciate you, that man. It's Manjome versus Show. Yeah, no, Nick T, Show is not as bad in the manga. I would say Chaz is I like Chaz in the manga a lot. I felt the manga had those two at their best, with Show being less of a wuss and Manjome not having an identity crisis. I kind of forgot about that duel, that man, but yeah, that's fair. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. I got to reread the GX manga. I read it not too long ago for like the Appreciating Yu-Gi-Oh, but I got to reread that manga. Really, really good manga. And awesome. Love that. So that's one of your favorite underrated duels. I would definitely say that falls under underrated for sure. So that qualifies. Yaiba versus Gangenzaga, underrated. I would
definitely
say that falls under underrated as well. Cool. I'm interested to see what the other two in Arc 5 are, but we'll get to them when we get to them. So thank you, that man. I appreciate it. Well, boys, final thoughts here and predictions very quickly as we gear up for episodes 12 and 13. Akiba Reiji walks in the room. He's challenging Yuya. Nick T, we'll start with you. How is this going to play out, man? Akiba Reiji versus Yuya. Again, next week, we are covering episodes 12 and 13. I'm not saying that means it's a two-part duel by any means, but we are going to cover the next 2 episodes next week.
I'm of two minds here.
Sure.
Okay, so either way, I'm actually with Dredger, and I think Pete agreed with him. I think Cal also agreed with him. I think coming off this win, I think it makes sense for Reiji, who is now just appearing, dueling for the first time, and establishing himself, to now beat Yuya. I think he's going to rock his world, and it would be an important moment for Yuya. How the fallout of that is, I think, going to be interesting. I don't know if he's going to be like, oh, I'm just doing this for research, or if they're really going to throw us a curveball, and for some amount of time, Yugioh Dual School will be under LDS control. I mean, it wouldn't be the craziest thing, and I don't think it would be world-ending. It's not like the show ends, or I think Yugioh School could be under LDS.
It's not life or death stakes coming up at the end of the day.
Exactly. So
Maybe
I think that'd be
for
particularly
Shuzo,
interesting.
but,
I mean, listen, they sent Yusei to prison for X amount of time. Why can't Yugioh School be an LDS school until they figure out it's not? I don't know. So I think it could be really interesting.
Yeah, no, I like that. Cal, what are you thinking?
But yeah, Reiji wins. So.
Nick T thinks Reiji wins.
Yeah, I'm kind of on board with that as well. I think Reiji's gonna show up and he's gonna show out. I think Yuya's gonna learn a few things, and it's all right. He's gonna do the Yuga method, lose to him now and beat him later. It's fine. It's just the way that it works.
Okay, so you're big in Reiji, the Yuga method. I like that. Pete, what are your prediction?
Come on, man.
Come on.
Yeah. I think Reiji's gonna win. I will say that there have been times before where we have thought that they built up a rival, which I assume that's what he is going to be.
Yeah.
And they have not necessarily won outright. Revolver and Yusaku.
Yep.
So
Ron.
I do think that is a possibility. But it just feels like the man aura forms. I mean, the guy any man that wears the kick-ass scarf that he has, and the man's wearing shoes with no socks. How can you not cook? Like, that's
you got some like loafers going
go out
on, yeah,
in public like that.
Shoes with no socks is tough.
Yeah, I just feel like the man's gonna just absolutely just be cooking.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Dredge, you've already talked about it. You think Yuya's getting killed.
It's very simple, as I explained even in detail. Yuya only pendulums, and Reiji does everything. It's not going to be fair. They're going to try to give you hope with maybe it being an action duel, and you just run around and get cards and all this stuff. It's going to be one of those things that I just think that Aqua Reiji will overwhelm Yuya. I think a question that needs to be asked too is now that Aqua Reiji has seen Pendulum, is Aqua Reiji going to try and Pendulum summon?
I was going to ask you, Dredge. I said, does Pendulum summon?
Yeah, I don't know for sure, but I definitely think, just to almost beat him at his own game, to really show he's the man, I could totally.
He's been studying it.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely I mean, it's. I would bet a lot. I'd bet a lot of money that Reiji just absolutely cooks him. I think it's just, as the other guy said, it's been set up like that. Yu's coming up a win. It'll help build up his character, learning to lose again, and yeah, I don't see how. I'd be pretty shocked. I have to come on here and apologize next week. I think if Yuya somehow pulls off this mysterious win, so we'll see how it goes.
All right, well, we will see how it all plays out. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate all of you guys being here. Again, this has been a lot of fun. These four watching Arc 5 for the first time, giving their thoughts, me trying to moderate it as much as possible. They've got some great things going on. Albums, streams, content. We'll start with the man in the bottom right. We started with him quite often tonight. Nick T. Big news with the album. So
yes,
we'll start there, and then we'll move our way through the team. And please follow these guys. All their stuff is in the description.
Yeah. So the big news being, if you've been following along, I did announce the Nameling album, Spellbroken, initially to be released in 2 days, Friday, February 27th. But I made the difficult but necessary decision to push it back to March 27th, exactly a month. To give it room to breathe and let the world know that it will be existing. So it's actually now on Bandcamp for pre-order if you want to if you purchase music and want to support me in any financial way, that's the best way to do it, is to buy the album online. You know, you can have a digital copy forever at bandcamp.com/namelingnj.
Nick D, are there any plans to
Yes.
sell physical albums right now, or is it all digital?
There are hopes
Okay.
of doing so. I just have to figure out the logistics of it. I have a few routes I could go, and I certainly plan on it.
Only asking because I know
and
there's people that have expressed interest, so that's why I
We
was
want
asking.
that
Yes.
merch, man.
I know, and I'm once I come back from Costa Rica in 2 weeks, the wheels will get a turning on that. So be on the lookout for
Nice.
a physical release of this album as well.
Awesome.
And then also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/namelingnj,
Yeah.
where there might be a Nameling LP release show, live, sort of online release show where I'll be performing the songs and other stuff.
Exciting.
Very cool. Cal Breezy,
Hell yeah.
what's going on in your world?
Nothing really. Just a whole lot of nothing. I'm just gonna point up there to Pete and let him go.
Yeah, thanks. YouTube, Clueless Gamers. Right now, football season has over. Brian and I will be back in March for a free agency episode.
Awesome.
So if you want to check that out, then I would like to do some more content, but right now, I'm working, so there's not a lot going on there. But
That's how
next
it
month
goes.
you'll have a brand new episode, so look forward to that. And Twitter, PeopleCare21. Reg?
Yep, stream at twitch.tv/Dredgenator. I've been playing Bloodborne, hopefully going to finish DLC. I'm not sure. I struggled a lot with the previous mandatory boss, so I'm of the fear that I won't be able to defeat the final boss without help. So I might be calling on my friend Dylan at some point to come help me beat him. But we'll see. I'm gonna give myself about 150 tries, and
I don't know
get
much
to
of a help I'll
150.
be, man. I mean, that's a tough boss.
What do you mean? You beat him by yourself? What are
Yeah,
you
but
talking about?
when you call in help, the boss gets
They
buffed.
got higher.
Yeah.
Oh, they get harder.
Yeah, way harder.
Sounds like a great thing. Honestly, that sounds like a good duo stream for me and you to do. Can me and you beat Kaz? Oh God, that'd be miserable. But yeah, we're doing that. I think what's this weekend? I think I'll be live Saturday. I believe I'll be live Saturday, my normal early time slot. I don't know if I'll be live Sunday. What's Sunday? What's the date on Sunday? March 2nd.
1st.
March 1st.
It's March 1st.
I don't know. I might be live Sunday too, but I'll definitely be live this weekend. So if you want to come hang out and chill, come by there.
Cool stuff. Well, please follow Dredge, follow Pete, follow
Movie
Cal,
like a
follow
drive-in
Nick T.
movie.
Grateful
Hell yeah.
for these guys. Shout out to Dak as well in the chat. Appreciate you. And to everybody that came by and donated. Seriously, means the world. You guys allow me to do these streams on a weekly basis. And of course, if it wasn't for my friends here as well, these streams would not be able to happen. So just a huge thank you to everyone. Next week, we are watching episodes 12 and 13. Same time, Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. As always, thank you all so much for watching. And I hope you have an amazing day.
An amazing day.
Take care, guys. Have a great night.
night,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
Good night.
Yeah.